So it is October 21st, and we are headed to our very last race of the year. I wouldn't even say last race. It's second to last race technically. It's heat races tonight, features tomorrow. It is 67 degrees, and it's the nicest it's been in, I would say, probably a month, as far as racing weather goes. We're headed to the Topless Nationals in Ogilvie, Minnesota, Ogilvie Raceway. Same racetrack we raced at the Fall Classic. Finally got my crew back, so that's a good thing. Except for we just have to deal with traffic on a lovely Friday afternoon. So we're just crossing the river here. Again, this is Taylor's Falls. So right now we're in St. Croix Falls, crossing the river into Taylor's Falls, and it's beautiful down here this time of year. So I know I've said it before, but if you're in the area this time of year, take a walk down here. I promise you won't regret it. So hopefully we get ourselves locked in tonight. It'll be a good weekend. Just I wouldn't even say relax, but see what we can do. And the nice thing about this show, it's unsanctioned, so we race against WISSOTA cars, USRA cars, and IMCA cars. It's just a lot different than what we're normally used to racing with, but I wish we could race against different sanctions all the time, and we could all work with each other. WISSOTA, USRA, and IMCA. Cedar Lake kind of has that, where you can come and race there if you want. If you have a USRA car, WISSOTA car, if you're NASCAR sanctioned, if you're IMCA sanctioned, you can come there and race your rules. Just you race with different people in different competition, and I think that's what I like the most about this race. Not only that, it's a breast cancer awareness deal. We at least everyone that watches this video, at least somebody knows someone that has had breast cancer, has died from breast cancer, or who has even beat it. So it's a big race to many people, including myself and our family. So just really look forward to racing this show, and hopefully we get a good starting spot and we make the top 3 or whatever they take into the feature, and I guess we'll go from there. But that's what this weekend's all about, and we will just grab the bull by the horns and see what we can do, and hopefully we can make it. So we are just approaching Ogilvie Raceway, and they open the gates at 4 o'clock, so hopefully we get a decent parking spot, and we can draw somewhat good and see some people that we haven't seen in a while.
It's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful fall day. Literally, we were here 2 weeks ago. It was pretty cold Thursday and Friday, but Saturday was a beautiful day. Of course, it did get chilly at night. And then after that, it tanked. The temperatures tanked. It snowed. We got snow one day. This last week, it was down in the 20s in the mornings. So been super cold until today. It started warming up 2 days ago, but today is absolutely beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful fall day. And so we're just here. I'll just kind of show you. We've got Cody and Marcus. They're out here doing some tire work. That's the only thing Cody has left to do. Got the roof off of the car, and so just kind of making the last minute things, or doing the last minute things that we need to do before we get ready. It is draw redraw here this weekend, and so you draw for your spot. It is not passing points. It is going to be how you finish will determine how you start in the feature. Cody did draw 68, so not bad. We've been watching our videos. You know, Cody does not like to start up front, so 68 he's happy with, and he drew it himself today. So I don't know what you all think. This race, they have this race every year. It is for breast cancer awareness. They have really cool t-shirts, which we'll have to go check out here in a little bit. But they call it Topless, again, in honor of breast cancer awareness. And so everybody is required to take the top, the roof, off of their cars. So I think you probably saw that in the video from Cody earlier in the week. So he did take the roof off. I don't know, what do y'all think? I don't think it's that sexy, really, but some people think it's cool. It definitely doesn't make you any faster, so... Cody, have you looked at the racetrack?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's gonna be one of those playing games where we have to watch the track and see what it does. It's so hard to tell because I don't think they've watered it since they tilled it up. I'm guessing they'll water it right before race time, and I'm sure it'll be just like how it was for the Fall Classic, which, you know, that's fine by me. We have a good car and we're set up for it and all that, but the big thing is, you know, I talked about it on the way here, is that, you know, this event is so unique. I wish that we could do more of this stuff more often, where we were all on one playing field and you can mix rules, like not mix rules, but mix sanctions, where you have, like, we race with soda. There will be USRA here and IMCA sport mods, and we all race it with each other. You run your rules and it is what it is, and you can say what you want and say that, you know, IMCA Sport Mod is at a disadvantage, and I believe they are at a little bit of a disadvantage. But you know what? It is what it is. And there's some sport mods last year when I was here with Dad driving my car that they won their heat races from last, and they weren't racing against crap, you know. So that just tells you and shows you that, you know, we can race against other sanctions, and maybe this will be a better thing for our sport. People will be able to travel more and go and race where they want to race. I hope at some point in my lifetime that we get on the same, we get to that point in racing where we can all race different sanctions and against each other, because that's what makes this event so fun. And it's nice to race with people that you don't get to race with very often, and I think that's what makes this event so unique. So
I was talking a little bit ago about how he took the roof off, and it wasn't it does not make you go faster, but do you think it makes the car slower, or do you think it really doesn't have anything to do with speed or handling or what?
People can say what they want about aero all they want, and say, oh, it doesn't matter, but it does matter. When you have a roof on there and sail panels, and even though we have a 2-inch spoiler, that 2-inch spoiler probably won't make any difference when we have our sail panels and our roofs off, but it does make a difference when you have your sail panels, because it flows all the air to your spoiler, and 2 inches might not sound like a big deal, but it's a big deal. I mean, USRA, for example, they can't have spoilers, and one thing, when they come to Cedar Lake, you can tell when it gets slick, they can't have those spoilers, and they lock downforce. So it does make a difference. Everything makes a difference. I think that we go a lot slower, not a lot slower, but a touch slower. But
we'll have to compare times.
I really don't think you're going to see them in the lap times. I really don't. I mean, you might here and there, but depending on who's out there, but and what the track's like. But aero does definitely matter. But it's just so unique. It's a different aspect of racing, really, is what it is. You're used to the darkness and no reflection, and you look out between your roof pillar there and your sail panel, and you see the crowd. And now you go out there and it's wide open. You get more of a breeze.
Do you feel exposed?
You do. You definitely do. I've only raced the Topless race one time. Like I said, I wanted to come last year. Dad ended up coming, It was the first time Dad ever ran a car topless, and he told me the same thing I said. The reflection is horrendous. You have the lights above you. You know, that all plays a factor into it, and it's definitely a lot colder when you're driving than you got a roof on. So I don't know. It's like I said, it's one of those things that if you've never done it, you need to get out here and at least try it. It's a fun race, and I guess we'll see what happens. And I'm just happy and thankful to be here, and I guess we'll see if we can build on what we did 2 weeks ago, and hopefully get that exclusive win number 1 with this car. The car's good. The driver just needs to be a little bit better. That's really what it comes down to. So I guess we'll watch the track and see what we need to do and make changes and go from there.
Okay, so the second heat of B-Mods is out there right now. Cody is actually up there watching, seeing what the track is going to do so he can make final adjustments here. He is in heat 4 out of 7. There are 67 or 68 B-Mods here again this weekend, and he is going to start 7th. So here's the lineup. They are only taking the top 2 to the feature, so you have to make it in the top 2 to make the feature. So I guess I'll wait for him to come back here, and looks like he's coming. Him and Marcus are on their way back now, and we'll see what we're going to do here. dang, you needed a yellow, or how about that first start?
At the first start, probably would have been up to second at least. I
Yeah.
don't think we had a car to win. I'm way too loose, and I know that Dad said, "Oh, if it was my car, I'd take it off." And hindsight, yeah, I should have taken it off, but you know what? It is what it is. That's pretty hard to go from 7th to top 2 and no yellows.
Yeah, it is.
And after that start, the guy in front of me knew what I was gonna do.
Yeah, I know.
And so he blocked me, and I was just blocked in until I could get around him.
Right.
So.
And they were dropping like flies, but they just kept making it off the racetrack or kept going. So
I tried the top.
yeah.
Dad's whole thing is, if you don't try driving around, you know.
Well, yeah, you needed to try the top
The top
to see if you
wasn't-
could catch them.
The top might have been a little bit better, but it wasn't. It's marbly as heck.
Okay.
And
Well, you should start on the front row of a B then.
yeah, probably like. So I was in what? It'd be a front row of a B probably. Unless
Front row outside of the first.
There's that.
All right. Well, good job. I know it's disappointing, but you were fast and you passed a lot of cars.
I couldn't drive in that hard, so I was too.
What's that?
I couldn't drive in as hard as I wanted to because it was too loose on entry. And that's that spacer thing, but I'd rather. I don't know.
Because Tim said, I'd pull that off. I'd tighten it up.
I had the same problem right in the center of the corner. You could tell when I would be able to drive it in wide open, the car was stuck on the right front. But when I did not drive it in wide open, they wanted to push right in the center, and that's because I couldn't drive in wide open.
Yeah.
Had that yellow not come out on that first start, we would have been in third, passing for second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have been a lot closer and left.
Yeah, and I think I was cracking them down, but I was losing it.
Yeah. It's too bad we didn't have passing points. You'd be right up there.
I know. It's good, Dad. It's just I should have. I don't want
Did you have a spacer on? Or?
I did, and I need to take it off. I know I'm gonna.
I told him. I told him.
Why didn't you take that spacer off?
Cause it, and honestly, it had more traction than it had. Like the track was way tackier tonight than it had 2 weeks ago. But it was so crummy that.
Crumbly.
Crummy. You call it the same thing. Crummy. There's a bunch of marbles on top. You couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, he should have taken the spacer
Yeah,
off.
I need to take it off, but you know,
didn't
you're right
listen.
again. You're right again. I was wrong. Whatever. Mark it on the calendar. Another one for Tim.
I tried to tell him, but he looked at me and said, I'm leaving it on. I said, oh, okay.
Falls under. I don't like to make changes.
No,
Exactly.
I was going.
It is.
Well then, you should have been here.
No, it wouldn't have mattered because I spent my time on the phone. You should have listened.
Hey, I like you a lot, but I am sick of you chapping your lips over there.
Just trying to get that ingrained in your brain.
Okay. Well, you'll start up front in the feature or the B tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
I'm
And you
going.
didn't wreck anything, did you?
No.
You said what?
I said on that first start, I was like, holy shit, he's fast.
Well, I took off, but the problem with it is
I was like, whoa.
The rule is as soon as the leader fires, you can go. And he twitched, and I went. And then that 12, there's that yellow, and that 12, I knew exactly what I was going to do before the yellow even came back out. I was like, yeah, he was guarding the bottom of the track under yellow once he got past me. 12, take your spot back, and it's like I'm looking. I was thinking, well, maybe if I go in the middle and I get a really good start, I can drive underneath him. No, he went to the tires. He was for sure blocking. There was no getting around him.